Hello everyone and welcome back to Classic Comics. So today I'm looking at Heroes Reborn number 7. So this picks up from the previous issue. Now first of all we get a quick flashback here. So they've mentioned a couple of times through this series about events in the past, and so in this alternate reality there apparently was a Civil War event of some kind, which mainly was driven by a conflict between Hyperion and Nighthawk. And this is supposed to be a scene from that. And Nighthawk is bonded with the Venom symbiote. And he's also got the Eye of Agamotto, which gives him mystic powers, I guess. And he's attacking Hyperion. Anyway, and they fight. Then we go back to present day. And Power Princess, as she was at the end of the previous issue, she's talking about the Avengers. She says, I've heard of this group called the Avengers. And I think, basically, I think these people are out there plotting against us or planning an attack, something like this. And of course, none of them have ever heard of the Avengers or know anything about this. Then Hyperion mentions, the things that Banner said in his issue that led him to investigate Captain America, and then he went up to the Arctic and found that spot in the ice where it looked like something had been taken away, maybe a body. And then he asks if anyone else has noticed anything unusual, and they're kind of conflicted. Some like yes, some like no. Then they all notice that Nighthawk, even though he's this great detective, he's not really saying anything, so they ask him, what do you think? So then Blur and Dr. Spectrum go up to the Arctic to investigate, and they find the spot in the ice where, of course, Captain America's body was taken. And Hyperion detects some unusual energies. Or, I'm sorry, Dr. Spectrum senses some unusual energies, but he thinks they're Hyperions. Hyperion goes into space and investigates the spaceship that Rocket Raccoon used in Dr. Spectrum's issue, and he destroys it. Then we go back to Nighthawk and Power Princess, and I guess this is in his night cave. And again, they're talking about the surveillance footage that Nighthawk saw in his issue of Captain America and Blade helping Echo escape from Ravencroft Asylum. Then we get another flashback. And in this, they're fighting Alpha Flight, which I guess in this reality, Canada is like a... Wolverine says that it's a wasteland, so I don't know. Maybe it was nuked. I don't really know. There's an issue, a spin-off issue, where they have this story told. I think I didn't pick that one up. But Wolverine seemingly kills Hyperion. Obviously, he got better. Then we go back to the present, and Spectrum and Nighthawk are up in orbit. And again, Dr. Spectrum is detecting these unusual energies, and Nighthawk says it's not Hyperion's energy you're detecting, it's something else. Basically, it's vibranium. And he puts the clues together and realizes that it's Wakanda is where all the trails are leading them. Then we go to Ravencroft Asylum, and Blur and Power Princess are questioning Goblin, who I guess was in a cell next to Echo, and asks if she told him anything that could be useful. And, of course, he kind of taunts them, and then Power Princess gets pissed off, and I think she kills him here. I'm not sure. But she seems to imply that she does. Again, in this reality, in addition to a Civil War, they also got a kind of Dark Avengers storyline, but this is Dark Squadron, of course, where Norman Osborn ran for president, and I guess, it doesn't make clear if he won or not. I guess he did. It's a squadron composed of Sentry, Moon Knight, Valkyrie, Ghost Runner, and then this is supposed to be Nova, I think. Then we go back to the present, and Hyperion, Nighthawk, and Power Princess are having a conversation, and Spectrum and Blur aren't privy to it. So Blur eavesdrops, and he says, well, they're talking about going to Wakanda. But obviously, if they invade Wakanda, this is an international event with political implications, and they decide to not inform the president so that he'll have deniability. And Coulson, who is the president, is eavesdropping on their conversations. And then Spectrum and Blur go to, I guess you would call it the Fury Memorial. Then apparently Nick Fury was president at one time in the past, from what they say back during the Vietnam era, I think. And then we get another flashback in this reality, the Blur, he was in love with Mary Jane. And I don't know, I think this is some kind of a allusion to the One More Day storyline, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, we go back to the present. They're in Africa trying to find Wakanda. And then, of course, the kind of stealth or cloaking screen around Wakanda is dropped. And the Avengers reveal themselves and sets up a big conflict in the Heroes Return issue, which comes next. Then we get another backup story with art by McGuinness. And again, we've got Coulson eavesdropping on their conversations. And then we've got his vice president, who is General Ross, or former General Ross. And then his press secretary, who is J. Jonah Jameson. And then Coulson just kills both of them. And then he plans to have the press blame it on Wakandan agents, obviously to help create a pretext for invading Wakanda. And then this creature shows up, and this is apparently supposed to be Mephisto. I thought that Coulson himself was Mephisto, actually. But no, this, I guess, is Coulson. Agent Coulson. And Mephisto here, of course, is kind of controlling him or manipulating him. And they talk about how to handle this. And then Coulson decides he's going to use this, what's called the Helihedron or Pandemonium Cube, which is obviously some kind of form of the cosmic cube, which I guess is what he used to create this alternate reality. And again, kind of sets up the final issue. So overall, it's a solid issue. The artist, what was the artist's name? Aaron Cooter. I guess that's how you say it. I mean, he's okay. I think his figures are a bit stiff, but it's, for the most part, the art is fine. His storytelling panel to panel is pretty solid. I think he does a pretty good job of keeping things clear from a storytelling point, especially considering the various flashbacks. But I don't know, my main complaint is just this final panel here where the Avengers reveal themselves. It's just very blah, they're just sort of standing there, no cool poses, the figures aren't dynamic. It's just kind of, the whole issue is building up to this big reveal, and then it's just kind of like, It's kind of a very meh moment. McGuinness does the art on the backup story, and of course he's fine. So, it's a so-so setup in this penultimate chapter. I give it a marginal thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and please do sub to the channel and hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.